For example, one of the delicacies of Turkish cuisine is a soup that's made out of feet of the lamb. Okay? I mean, it's all clean, don't get me wrong. You take the anything below the knee, well, not even knee, anything below the ankles. You take those, you boil them up, you get a stock, all that cartilage in those bones melt into the soup. It's very nutritious and healthy, and it is one of the absolute tastes that I miss from Turkey. If you don't know what it is, you would absolutely love it. Years ago, I did the soup for a girlfriend of mine. I didn't tell her what it was, and she ate it. I mean, she was basically besides herself. She never ate anything this good. Then she asked me what it was. As soon as I told her, she threw up. Okay? Just because you have something that actually tastes good to you doesn't mean you'll be able to sell it. Obviously, this is true for ethnic food, but it may also be true for other stuff. What guarantees that you're going to do your burgers better? Burger is burger, right? No, that's not the case. Burger is not burger. It makes a big difference. For example, when I made egg drop soup, my friends who were born in China said they didn't have this good of a soup in China. You can beat it, but that doesn't mean that that's going to always happen. So when you make plans, business plans, especially for a new enterprise, you always have to have in mind that what if things do not go the way I think they will? You need to have plans for those. I mean, I kind of went through the numbers on those options to abandon just to show you that there is value in that sort of stuff. So to the extent possible, you have to build these options into your business plan. I mean, not every business necessarily allows that. For example, you guys are going to do a volleyball team, okay? Basically, the only option you have is you either start the games or you don't. But there may be other things you can do to deal with issues when they go bad. For example,
Merchandise.
No, I said when they go bad. If not, a lot of people are coming to the games, what are you going to do? No, you're renting the place anyway. You're renting the auditoriums. You basically go to them and say, you go to EKU and say, can I have a game there? They say, sure, you pay us, I don't know, $10,000 a night. I don't know what the going rate is. That part is easy. But to weather the times that are not as good as you expected, what do you think you guys can do? As an example.
Like if people weren't coming to the games?
Not as many people as you thought are coming to the game. In the beginning, it's not going to be that easy to bring people. So what can you do to handle that issue?
Most women's sports have that issue anyway.
Mhm.
So usually, there's all kinds of things you need to just, like, most of the time the way that people do it is to get people to know the players first, and then they make people want to go watch them play because they're like the people. So I guess just exposure to just things that are unrelated to volleyball is probably the easiest way to, you can do it, but it's more like marketing, I guess, right? So it would be.
That's the marketing part. It's going to take a while to
Yeah.
bring people to the stands.
Right.
But in the meantime, how are you going to keep your cash burn rate under control? Because you're going to get some funding, obviously. And a lot of the initial funding is not going to be loans.
Right.
You're going to have some sort of angel investors, people who believe in this, but they also believe that if there's an upside, they want to benefit from it. So one thing you're going to have to do, you're going to share the upside. Because otherwise, you can't. Banks are not going to lend you money.
Right.
It's almost universal for a new enterprise. I mean, you may use your own assets as collateral. That's different, but as a business, they're not going to lend money to the business. But you can find, and we'll talk about financing starting next week, but first step is going to find what we call the angel investors. These are people who invest based on, they believe in your idea. But they're not going to simply lend you money. If you ask them just to lend you money, they're going to say, no, thank you, I'm not a bank. They're going to ask for some of the upside. That's one thing, you're going to share the upside. You may not want to, but you're going to share the upside. Another one, maybe talk to your employees, especially the players. If things go well, you can tell them you can have some of the upside, but if things do not go that well, then I may not be able to pay you as much. Even if you can't build an option to abandon, of course, that's always there. If after 2 years you get only 100 people to the game and not much merchandising going on, you're going to have to shut down the whole thing. That option to abandon is always there, but you should build other kind of contingencies into it. A lot of the tech businesses have, they don't pay their employees that much, not because they don't deserve it, they just don't have the cash. Think about a new business. For example, quantum computing is, relatively speaking, a new enterprise. You guys know what quantum computers are? Our regular computers work essentially on a binary basis. You have bits, every bit is on or off. Something is either true or not. You store information that way. And you make calculations pretty much on that basis. And in a quantum world, there is no on or off. Because the so-called Heisenberg uncertainty says you can't know the location and speed of a subatomic particle with infinite precision. If you know exactly where a particle is, you have no idea where it's going or how it's spinning, depending upon what it is doing. If you know exactly how fast it's spinning, you have no idea where it is. There is a limit to, and this has nothing to do with ability to measure things. Even if you had infinite measurement capability, the very nature of the matter is that. And quantum computing basically says things are never on or off. You actually have a probability value. And there is a certain mathematical equation that comes with it. Schrodinger's equations. The cat was named after the physicist, not the other way around. Do you guys know that experiment? Thought experiment? Schrodinger's cat. It's used to highlight the way quantum mechanics works. You take a cat and you put it into a box. This box has two components. On the left component, the cat is there. On the right component, there's a poisonous gas, and there's a tunnel between them. That tunnel opens only if there's a certain radioactive particle that emits a gamma particle, gamma rays. If that happens, that thing opens, cat dies. If it doesn't happen, cat doesn't die. The trouble is, unless you open the box, since that radioactive decay is random, you have no idea whether the cat is dead or alive. So as far as quantum mechanics is concerned, cat is both dead and alive, or neither dead nor alive. only the act of opening the box, which is taking the measurement, tells you exactly what happened to that radioactive particle. And quantum mechanics is based on that. And a quantum computer would be hundreds of times faster than a regular computer. But it's still on a experimental basis. Let's find a company that has quantum computing. I happen to know this company. Let me see. This company has been around for a while, but they're still Rigetti Computing. Okay. Let's look at their financials. Actually, let me do it from SEC. Because what I want to see is there. Let's look at their latest 10K. Come on.